What is up, guys, and welcome back to a brand new video. Today we are finally doing league racing again. This is the Hungarian Grand Prix. If you missed the previous race in Silverstone, I recommend you go check it out. But in terms of the driver's standings for the ASR League, it hasn't been updated yet, unfortunately. There's still a lot of pending decisions to be made with the stewards, but we're still in 4th place. We made some small gains on everyone in the last race, apart from Zeziami, who extended the lead at the top of the standings. But he's not here this week, and neither is Joe. Joe is away on holiday or something like that. I'm not entirely sure. So we've got New Zealand Ryan, we've got myself and Fitcho here. So it looks like it's going to be us three fighting for the podium today. Coming into this round, you know, I was feeling, I don't know, a little bit confident. I hadn't done too much running, but the pace was there or thereabouts. And after, you know, last week, I want to be qualifying on the super soft tyres and just getting as close to the front as I possibly can to stay out of the incidents. That's going to be the goal for today's league race. But as we come across the line, first lap in the books, 1 minute 20.5. I mean, it was an okay lap, nothing overly special. It puts us P1 at the moment. As we carry on for another lap, we just push the boundaries of the track just a little bit too far, and we get a track extending warning. And that was that lap over. So we're coming into the pits now and just analysing the situation. We've been demoted to second by KMP4, who put in a pretty good lap to knock me out of first place. So kudos to him, but we're going out again for the second run. We're actually going to do this one on the soft compound tyres. I feel like I can improve, and if I get a mega good grid position on the softs, then I will stay with this strategy. But I have learned my lesson from last week, and if we are anywhere outside the front row, then we're going on the supers again to try and bang in a potential pole position. I think my best starting position so far this season is like 3rd or 4th. It's not good enough. My qualifying performances have not been good enough. What is it like this time? Pole position again, this time on the softs. I will definitely take that as Greek Master goes to the top. We're looking quite pacey. Every time we set a brand new lap, we go straight to the top. And this is SRL Heights getting caught up in a spin. Me and KMP4 were just getting out of the way, and we saw that happen right in front of us, and we both just started laughing. Probably not the right scenario to do that, but we just both found it so funny because it was the last thing that you'd expect. But here we are qualifying at the end of the session. Super soft tyres are on, and hopefully we should smash in a lap that is currently a lot better than 1 minute 20.4 that we have at the moment. I'm hoping for like a mid 19. That would be amazing. So we'll see what we can pull out of the top drawer here. So 2.5 tenths up as we go through the first sector. This fast left-hander is really easy to either corner cut or track extend on the exit. So very easy to lose your lap there. You've just got to pray that you go in there fast enough, make up enough time, and not lose the lap entirely through this middle sector. Now, I know I was up by a long way, and I could potentially get pole position here. This was a very nervous lap, it must be said. We are 4.5 tenths up, dropping to under 4 tenths now as we go through the fast right-hander. Still purple through the middle sector, so that's awesome so far. Time is out. Checkered flag is dropped, and we're still 5 tenths up now, so this is looking really good through the final couple of corners. My 3rd sector so far today has actually been pretty good, so hopefully we can rely on that on this lap as well. As we go through the final corner, let's open the DRS, nice clean exit, and to the line. Pole position for the ASR Hungarian Grand Prix. I will definitely take that. This is just the final few people setting laps now. This is New Zealand Ryan, and he goes to the top right at the end there to snag pole position at the very end of the session. Look at the gap, 4 thousandths of a second between the two of us. I mean, you can't get anything closer than that. That is absolutely outrageous. I think that's like Lewis Hamilton and Sebastian Vettel in the Grand Prix last week in Q2 or something like that. Ridiculous. 4 thousandths. It's going to be us and New Zealand. Starting on the soft compound tyres. He tried to get a lap in, but it was absolutely dreadful from him, in all honesty. He's going to have a very hard time coming through the pack at Hungary it's going to be quite hard to overtake here, so he might have a tough day. But here we go on the grid of the Hungarian Grand Prix. This is the race we've been waiting all season long for. Let's go for the win.
Okay, our system checks are good. We need to stay in formation and start bringing the car up to temperature, please. Get some load into the tyres and work the brakes. We want them nice and warm by the end of the lap.
Alright, here we are on the grid of the Hungarian Grand Prix. Let's see if we can get off to a nice start and lead from the outset. 5 red lights, and away we go. Looks like a decent getaway. We're going to draw alongside New Zealand Ryan as we head into turn 1. That Williams just gained momentum out of nowhere, but he's lagging about a bit. But as we go through turn 1, Ryan's on the outside. We're going to try and just leave him the space. A little bit of a brush there with his right rear tyre, but we managed to survive. New Zealand Ryan leads from myself, Greek Master battling away with Gorge Crab, and that's going to be a heavily contested fight for third place today. Fitcho has got to make up a lot of ground so far in today's race, so hopefully the plan is for myself and Ryan just to pull away at this point. I'm kind of just following him at the moment, no real intention to overtake him at this point. I kind of just want to break away from the rest of the pack, in all honesty, before I actually start to attack Ryan, because the last thing I want to do is actually put him under too much pressure and make us both lose time and fall into the clutches of the cars behind, especially given that championship rivals are not here today. We want to be capitalizing as much as we can, but Ryan, I could have had a look up the inside there, but thought better of it. We're going to save fuel, we're going to look after the tyres and see how we go from there. This is a replay of Poms for the win on his POV, so cheers to him for sending in his footage. He also got some footage from other people as well, but he gets underway. A bit of a slow start for him, gets overtaken by KMP4 up the inside, and also a Mercedes of Harry Ryan, I believe. And yeah, goes from like 7th or 8th back to 7th. So another couple of positions gained there. Very fortuitous turn 1 for him after a pretty lazy start there. But back to the action now at the front with us. We're sitting fairly handy in P2. We gapped the cars behind us by about a second or so. It's 1.2 seconds back to Gorge Crab at the moment, and we're just hoping to extend that gap at the moment. So my thinking here, the strategy for me is to run long, at least one lap longer than what New Zealand Ryan is going to do. I don't want to be caught in the trap of going for the undercut, stopping too early, and then emerging in traffic. So I'm going to be saving fuel, looking after the tyres, and really making a tack for this race, maybe in 5 laps time or even into the next stint. But first flying lap, New Zealand Ryan, only marginally quicker than us. We're pretty much shadowing him at the moment. Like I said, saving fuel, saving tyres, and just seeing how we go at the moment. I'm not too sure what I'm going to do in terms of strategy. Might go into the mediums next and then finish on the softs, but that may all change depending on how the safety car has an input on this race. Ryan ran pretty wide there in the previous corner. He runs wide again through this little chicane in the middle sector, and it looks like he's struggling a little bit at this early phase of the Grand Prix, and there's nothing I can really do about it in the middle part of the lap. If you're going to do an overtake, it's got to be at the end of turn 1, or coming into turn 1, turn 2, maybe turn 3 if you have the inside, but apart from that, the only other opportunity, overtaking opportunity, is into that chicane, and that one you've got to be pretty much alongside to make that pass stick. But just following Ryan here on lap 4, you can see we're not really going for the move just yet, or that killer blow. We won't even be running rich revs on that straight. Just like I said, just trying to conserve the fuel, conserve the tyres, and I'd say, like, in terms of both of our cars, it looks like I'm a little bit earlier on the power in this corner here, and I'm a bit braver under brakes into turn 1. Apart from that, Ryan is fairly similarly matched to what I am when he doesn't make the odd mistake here or there. I believe he's like either corner cut or maybe even track extended once or twice already, so just simply putting him under pressure just puts him at risk of so many mistakes, and that's why I was not really in such a rush to overtake him in these first 5 laps of this Grand Prix, because we have no one else challenging us, and it is so easy to corner cut. So I just decided to hold back at this stage. You can see we're running rich on this straight, and then we dialed it back to standard. You can see just how much time we gain in a straight line, but I think on this lap it looks like we're applying a bit more pressure this time. We want to be getting really close to the back of him as we get through the final corner of this lap, because I want to attack him, I want to make a move, and I want to see what we're capable of when we give this a serious crack. So we're going to get within that slipstream, that DRS on the final corner, and then try and go for the lead. Oh, man. I mean, I'm not even mad anymore. I'm really not. Like, this is so typical. The one race where we don't get taken out, where we qualify at the front, we're going to go and have a battle for the lead 1 lap away. And I mean, seriously, I was 1 lap away from attacking him and potentially having a race for the front, and that happens. Disconnected, and the funny thing is, the whole time I was still connected to Xbox Live, so something, and I mean, I don't know what it is, but there is something out there in this world that does not want me to win, to have a competitive season of league racing. But at this stage, we're trying to get back into the lobby. We were actually the host, and I heard that there's an issue with F1 2016 that when you're the host of a lobby and you disconnect, it means that you can't get back in. So that's great. Another game-breaking glitch that has come to my attention, and it comes to bite me in the ass right when I needed it not to. So kudos to Poms for the win, to Fitcho for KMP4, and anyone else who tried to invite me back into the lobby, but it just simply wasn't working. A safety car came out on lap 11, or a couple laps ago, and looks like my ghost car was causing some issues there. It was a very slow restart. So we're following on board here with Poms for the win. Cheers to him once again for sending in the footage. So we actually have some idea of what's going to go down for the rest of this race. It looks like he's holding down P6 at the moment, trying to go around the outside. I've decided soggy, but just going back to my race, like, what do I have to do? What do I honestly have to do to get a good race? To like have a race where I either A, not taken out, or have some misfortune and just have a clean race. I mean, it's impossible. Absolutely impossible. But lap 14, looks like Poms is falling down the order here. Drops to P7. Oh no, this is Fitcho, who is also having a bad slice of luck in this Grand Prix. Running in 3rd place at that stage. It was looking really good to gain some solid. Drops to P7. Oh no, this is Fitcho, who is also having a bad slice of luck in this Grand Prix. Running in 3rd place at that stage. It was looking really good to gain some solid points over the championship rivals. Gets taken out by a lag car. That's Williams. That is gone in the infield, and that caused a virtual safety car. Poms for the win, took advantage by making his final pit stop, going onto the mediums. And virtual safety car is ending. This is KMP4 trying to, I don't know, overtake my ghost car. I would have done the same thing, to be honest, if it was like Nox sticking to the Delta. And it's completely screwed him over there, having to wait up for my car, not have it overtake it, and then have the illegal overtake penalty warning disappear anyway. So he'd be absolutely furious. That was Greek Master getting tangled up with Soggy, I believe it was, in the 3rd sector, and that was the race. Poms for the win is going to come through for a miracle 3rd place. So driver of the day absolutely has to go to Poms for getting a result. I think that's his best result of the season, so kudos to him. Fitcho comes home in 5th place. Was that Fitcho? I'm not entirely sure. And then my ghost car, which was carrying on for the entire race, it was like lapping 3 seconds a lap slower than what I would be, and it still gets 8th place. Absolute scenes. Absolute scenes in this Hungarian Grand Prix. Unfortunately, because I personally didn't finish the race myself, I won't get points for finishing in 8th place, so that absolutely sucks. I think we're out of the championship now. There's just too many, like, low points finishes or DNFs. And I'll see you next time.